Welcome to Colorful Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am Uakeisha, and this is
Tikisha.
and welcome to our girl
Girl
chat.
chat.
You came on in the middle.
Welcome.
Last week you didn't do it at all. This week you met me in the middle. Look, I think that we add stuff on as we go though, because we started doing that probably like a month ago.
Yeah.
And
it might have been longer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's been longer.
It's been long. I think that I forgot a couple of times.
Yeah, it's been longer because I started saying it and then you started saying it with me.
Yes, and then it just became part of our welcome.
And you know what? It makes sense because anybody that's a new viewer, it gives like a backstory of what's coming up.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I used to be like, now you got to go through this spiel of we've been friends for X amount of time. None of y'all business.
Yeah. You know, speaking of friends for a long time, I'm just realizing, like, when you told me today, we already be having girl chat. It just be like we turn the camera on, we let y'all into what we already been talking about. But today, when you told me that you still had a friend from preschool, that is really something because
I'm 49.
Yeah. And from preschool, you all went to the same elementary school?
No.
You all
we just went to preschool.
Okay, so nobody has a cell phone or anything back then. Nobody had. How do you still have that friend from preschool?
Alignment.
Wow.
When people are truly meant to be in your life, they will be.
You're right.
One word, alignment.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just like a few times we ran into each other, and then that was it, like reconnected. And we reconnected early on because I even remember in high school, like the open house that you do.
Yeah.
She was there.
Really?
Yeah, so it wasn't like we reconnected in, later in life, like, oh girl, how you been? Or on a Facebook thing. Yeah, this was like I graduated in 1993.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. Because preschool, you like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, alignment. I am getting, I don't want to say better with alignment. I've been seeing a lot this week about being aligned with people, and I've been sending you things about like career wise, like, when you're not aligned with,
She been sending me some stuff and I'm just like, oh, okay, wow.
To me though, it's really confirmation of things that we've already talked about when it comes to career and being a empath or a person that, you don't like the word chosen, but the type of careers because you struggle in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So, but I believe that
I accept chosen.
You do?
Yes.
Is that today?
Yeah, that's right now.
I was gonna say that's right now because you don't be accepting it tomorrow. You'll be like, I don't like that word. Okay. I just be like, okay. Whatever. I understand what it is. Well, okay. You don't want to feel like you in a hierarchy or anything, like,
Yes.
And I get that.
And I don't know where that comes from. I'm pretty sure it's some deep rooted stuff.
Yeah, because
probably slavery. But go ahead.
Society too, because
because everything is a hierarchy.
Yeah, if you use a certain word, people will be like, "Oh, you think you're better than me?"
Yeah,
you don't want to be like that. Like I'm the same way with certain things. I'm like, I never want to be out front like I'm better than somebody else. But sometimes.
So let me ask you this: what about chosen made you feel comfortable with accepting that title? You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm like, oh no, don't say that. What is it that makes you feel comfortable? Like I know it's me.
The experience I had with spirit, the time where it was like explained, told to me, And it wasn't like it wasn't explained like it's a hierarchy thing. It's like it was explained to me in the way that what I'm supposed to be or
Oh,
how
I
I'm
never
supposed to do.
knew it was like I never knew you got I'm gonna say verbal because I don't know what else to say. But
Yeah,
like clarity. I didn't know that. I
yeah.
just thought
Well,
it
at the moment, I didn't know it was clarity because I was really confused on what was happening. Like, dude, what's going on? Am
yeah,
I
because
going
we never
crazy?
ever, and I don't know if this is something you want to talk about on camera or not, but this is something that you
No.
never shared this. I know about the experience, but I don't know the intricate details of what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, I'll tell you this. I literally this and I felt like this too when I went to do yoga for the first time. And well, no, first it was a sound meditation. And so and I'm giving this example because this is kind of what happened to me that day. During the sound meditation, most of the time people have their eyes closed. I opened my eyes and it's going to sound crazy, but I could see the sounds. You know what I'm saying? I say that to you because it don't sound crazy to you. The day I had my experience, like I could see this. It was like I could see
Why do
something
you
happening.
feel like you can't say that though, if that's just your truth?
I feel like I can say it to you, but speaking to like people like in general and coming from the background that I come from,
But why though? Do you
mm,
know why?
judgment,
Hmm.
judgment. You know, I know how I used to look at people and be like, "Oh, they're crazy." Um, Over time, after I had my experience like that, I remember speaking back, and maybe that's why I didn't tell you. I was talking back and was saying, "I don't know why you choosing me. I'll accept it, but I have no idea why you choosing me." And when I think back on that and think like, what was even making me say that? That's how I know, you know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me comfortable in it because I was literally having a conversation with Spirit at the time, like, I have no idea why you choosing me. Like out loud, like, why you want to choose me? Like, why? Why do you want me to do this? Whatever it is. It was like, why? And that's where the fear came because I was like, okay, I'm talking to myself in here. Am I talking, but it was like I was battling at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm comfortable with it because, it was like it was a conversation that was told to me, and then it was as time further went on, it was like I'm choosing to do this. It was like I'm get explanations on exactly what I'm supposed to do, which lets me know it's not a hierarchy thing. It's just this is like the example I'm supposed to set for people when it comes to, let's say, divorce. I done been there. I done acted a fool. I done, you know, tried to talk about them. I done tried to, make myself look good in the situation. When in the brighter spectrum of things, it was never about that. It was about me learning inner peace, self control, emotional intelligence. Um, it was about forgiveness and learning forgiveness is not for somebody to apologize to you. And it was like you're Keisha, you're one of the examples for this. Something traumatic happened to you and you're one of the examples, not because you so good, but because you can handle it. You can do this and you can talk to other people about them and help them get through it. It's like I learned what I'm supposed to do as far as being chosen. So, and it was funny though, is when I have this, and see, I'm having this conversation with you, and you're not saying it in a way where you're not saying what other people say to me. Immediately when I start talking about this or my relationship with God, people immediately want to invite me to their church.
Mm.
So they're like, well, I want to invite you to what church you go to? I want to invite, and when I tell them why I'm not a part of a church, well, I want to invite you to my church, and I'm like, yeah, you not understanding fully and I get it. I don't get I don't get an attitude or anything like that, but I'm like, you not understanding fully what I'm supposed to do. So, because when you start talking like this, it's immediate like, man, you need to come, speak. You need to come. They need, and I'm like, you kind of it's kind of going over your head what I'm saying, but at the same time, I understand where they be at. So, but immediately, that's probably why I don't have a conversation or don't say anything, because I just believe that I'm just supposed to, the work I'm supposed to do is just supposed to work and not really talk about it, maybe. So I don't, well, I'm saying that on camera to you because this is our girl talk. I'm letting the whole world know now, but like everybody know now. But, if I had this conversation again, it wouldn't go the same way. A lot of people will probably argue what God commands us to do. And I'd be like, do you really, really know? Have you really got clarity? Because he's given me and continues to give me clarity on what I'm supposed to do. So, yeah. I don't talk about it because of that.
I appreciate you sharing.
Well, I know I've shared bits and pieces with you, but it was such a intimate moment that a lot of times when we have experiences like that, people run and want to tell a testimony. And that's not what I was led to do. It was like, when in due time, you're gonna, and I'm not even giving you the full, scope of it, but in due time, as time goes on, if he leads me to, say more or whatever, then yeah, I'll share more. But yeah, girl,
y'all know off camera I'm gonna be like, so can you tell me some more? Cause I be really, it's intriguing. So I'm intrigued. So if you're comfortable, we can have that a sidebar on the way home. But what I am learning though, or I shouldn't say I'm learning, I just should say about life, like everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah, and that's why I would implore you to not look at anything like a hierarchy, because I think that's just society, like, pastors or preachers, and we automatically look at them as above us. We the congregation,
and I think the way I process things is because I am a student.
Yeah,
I'm processing it like, do I get the A? But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so but we're all forever students in this thing. We're all forever students.
Right. So this is why today I'm able to accept it, because the way you just explained it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's not that,
because it's something that I've struggled with, but because I know me, I know that I struggle with it because I'm like, are you good enough?
But think about, like, let's say, for example, the videos
and what work have I done to be
good? Because you always measuring things.
Yeah, I'm math and science.
Yeah, you always measuring things, but just like maybe the videos or whatever I've sent you that we watch, and then talking about this right here, I believe certain people are led to teach more about it and tell you how to, work in that area of your life. And, God probably have told them, okay, you clear to speak on this, because a lot of other folks probably be like, probably come across and be like, what are you talking about? And then some other folks will be like, yeah, I'm chosen, but you don't really know what go with that, because it's hard. It's it could be a struggle, as you know.
Yes.
it's a struggle. It's a battle. It's constant.
I most definitely
It's
do.
constant
Like
war.
recall.
Yeah, it's constant warfare, which is like I told you, I ain't been feeling like myself lately, which I know is like war. I'm like, okay, I'm in warfare because I have not been disciplined with, when you first get it, it's like I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly doing it, and I haven't been doing that. So I'm like, oh, maybe my body is, you know, nah, it's coming to me. Maybe I'm feeling like that because I just been out of, alignment maybe with what I'm supposed to be doing, even if not daily, just maybe weekly or whatever. But and I haven't been doing that, so my body has been feeling out of whack.
So is this in reference to like, just reading your Bible?
Not just read my Bible, reading, yeah. Read my Bible and talking to God, talking, because I do a lot of just talking regular, like it's not like a formal, just yeah, conversations and uh, my well, conversations and prayer is the same thing for me. So, but yeah, so I've been kind of out of alignment with doing that, and I feel it though. So, not that I feel sick, my body feels weaker. I know where my strength comes from. Like, oh, okay, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, my body has been feeling weaker. It's like, oh, and nothing in my routine has changed. I still look good, and but on the inside, I can feel like, mm, like,
You just said a word there because just think of how many people, and we didn't kind of touched on this before, like are going through it and still look good.
yeah, yeah, you still, and I'm not going through anything in particular. I could just feel the shift in my body, and I when you in when it's like, oh, okay, Keisha, you've been doing, you haven't been disciplined, you haven't, it's a certain way as a person who's chosen, you got to stay disciplined in certain areas of your life, and not you're gonna be perfect. That's why I'm saying there's no hierarchy or anything, because you still struggle with other stuff. So, just like when you say I come on here and I be blunt, I show exactly how I feel. Yeah, they don't put us in a hot. You still gonna go through the same everyday things, but when you feel that out of whackness, you're like, okay, let me, get to what I'm supposed, So yeah, yeah. So it's a struggle, but yeah, I'm comfortable with it. I don't talk about it until I'm talking about on it like this. My first time somebody probably has really heard me say, yeah, I know I'm chosen, and
Mm-hmm.
and they'll probably look like, you chosen for what? What are you talking about?
I'm sure it is known that many are called and few are chosen. I am pretty sure that it is known that that is
Yeah,
a lyric. It's a verse.
but I fully understand what it means now. We've heard it
And
over and
thank you
over.
for giving me the visual because I need visuals.
I know, I
So
know.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't want you to struggle with your gift.
I'm not. I never struggle with my gift, but I struggle with a title.
And that's really,
But that was before. Now that you didn't gave me like, like the
yeah.
clarity on what it means,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, oh, this is what that is.
Cause yeah,
Like,
and that just shows the humbleness in you, though, that you struggle with a title, because most people want a title.
yeah.
I'm like you. I don't really want a title either. I just call me Keisha. When kids be like, Miss Keisha, I be like, you really could just say Keisha. You know,
I get that, but I think that that's like more of a
respect.
respect
I get it. I
thing.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
get it.
that's how I feel when I'm in that. Like,
Yeah.
it carries over. Like, am I disrespecting God talking about some I'm chosen when really I'm just on the card side,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I
Yeah.
look at it. It's
Yeah.
so many different dynamics on how I viewed that, because every time, and I think I blogged about this when I was blogging regularly. I'm about to get back to that. But
Please do. Maybe that's why I need to be reading.
yes, because you still haven't seen Sinners.
Mm-mm.
And you probably won't, but you would read what I write about it. Okay, but anyway, I lost my train of thought. That's wild.
It's okay, but no, that's it's no hierarchy. Long as you know, to me, Tikisha, when you know in your heart that you're not trying to have a title, when it's in your heart that I'm not trying to be bigger than anyone else, which is where I am, which is where I know you are, which is what God's this is where it comes in, where he know my heart. He know in your heart you're not trying to be bigger than anybody else. He know I'm not trying to be bigger than anybody else. Who I'm trying to be is who he wants me to be, and get clarity on who he wants me to be, and go from there. And if you know in your heart, I'm not trying to. You ain't walking around with on your head like, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
chosen." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You're not. It's not like I'm better than you, and because I'm chosen. No, you that ain't even your heart. That's not who you are. He knows that. But so if somebody else even thought that, so some even after this, even somebody think that about me, I don't care, because he really knows my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am now. Like if somebody thinks something about me and who I am now, or who I'm becoming, I don't really care,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he knows my heart. He created me, he knows everything about me, and the moment that I step outside of that, he gonna direct me. So you saying, "Oh, I'm chosen," but that just sounds like I'm giving myself a title. No, that's saying who you are in God.
And I guess I just struggle with understanding it. So I do not apply anything in my life if I don't understand it fully.
Yeah,
I'm going to study before I accept.
yeah, I get that. I'm sure that most of the people around us, because now I'm starting to understand, because you helped me understand the clear senses. I'm sure if most of the people around us knew that you could feel their energies, and I could just, if they're like right in front of me, I can feel it. Like I can't feel it across the room, but if usually it's the people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not strangers for me. It's people I know that, and maybe that's why I struggle so much with, who's in my circle, because I literally can feel who they are for real.
And I think that that's with covering, because I can feel it from people that I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And that's probably why you carry the feelings of people you don't know, and you struggle with why am I crying today? I don't be crying. I'll probably be like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, because I know I'm gonna
Well,
feel.
my emotions from the crying part is based on people that I know. But if I'm out in public, I don't pick on it. Like I can pick up on it, but I don't internalize it and want to fix it.
If it's somebody you want to fix it.
Yes, because I don't want my people to hurt.
I think that I am more so. A couple weeks ago, how we had our guest Leslie on, I think I'm more so leaning like how she was. Like I could feel it and keep on pushing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll be looking right at you like, and keep on pushing, and don't. I won't carry it with me, no matter what I feel about it. I'm not going to carry it with me, even if I know you. I'll let it go. But and I let it go because like you want to fix it. I don't think a lot of people be ready to be fixed, and you can't.
Most people don't.
Yeah, because I
It's
wasn't.
Yeah, most people don't. Like I now I know, like how I always be like, I know my assignment. Now I understand where before, strictly because I loved you, or I take that back, strictly because I cared about you. It wasn't even a love thing. Strictly because I cared about you or you came into my circle. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't really mess around with people that I don't care about.
Yeah.
So typically the people that I'm intertwined with, considering that I've had a friend since,
Yeah, preschool,
yeah, so it's, so it's instilled in me like to want to help and make it better. But another part of me is because I have, or I should say have, because I've healed from that, but I was searching for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I talked about, having a vast friend group, but not having the close knit of
Family,
family,
yeah.
even though I have a big family. But honestly, what I realized is that once I just realized that I was a whole
Your
person.
scarf falling off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
Once
sense
I
though.
realized I was whole, it was just like, okay, like you don't need to fix to feel.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause I still got stuff that need to be fixed. So why I be like, I can't take on everybody else's fixings when I'm still, learning my journey.
Yeah. But see,
So
my everybody else has been like my immediate family, and you definitely don't want, and to see your immediate family hurt.
I
So
I can especially feel everything with my immediate family. And um while I don't want anybody to hurt, I still even let a lot of stuff go with that, with immediate family. Family period. I feel energy of all my cousins, aunts and uncles. As soon as I'm in their presence, it's like, ooh, child. Like it's too much. That's why I had to get the other day when I was at the thing and the drink fell on me. I was like, oh God, I'm feeling way too much here. It's time to go. It was like, and it wasn't like a bad thing. It was just like, oh, I've had my fill. gotta,
yeah.
I gotta go. I'm feeling way too much in here, and yeah,
This is random, and I'm not trying to shift, but I'm like, I wonder, should I put like a cap on up under this since it's
yes,
satin?
yes.
But I was rushing.
Anytime it's satin, you should always put a cap
I
on
was
so it don't
rushing
slip.
because I didn't even get a chance to use the steamer on it. I just threw it on.
Well, I like it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to slide off.
It's not gonna slide no more now. It was already halfway sliding off when we started. So
Well, thanks for telling me.
I thought that's how you put it on. No, I wasn't paying attention. And then the more it moved, I was like, oh, it's about to come off.
Red alert, red alert.
And that's the thing I love about us though. We like whatever happens in the middle of this, it's like, oh yeah, let's fix that.
Yes.
Because ain't no editing.
No.
If you are just now tuning in and that's for the first time, we don't edit nothing.
Mm-mm.
What we say, you gonna hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And
we don't know what we gonna say because I done made a whole thing about asking her how should I do this because I need to know for next time. Because I normally wear the hijab, so just doing a scarf was different.
Let me ask you this. See, we be led into something that I thought about this week. Speaking of the hijab, because I have been, I don't know if the word is bothered or whatever by, and probably because I've been doom scrolling and watching a lot of stuff about patriarchy and everything like that with society and how unfairly women basically have been treated from the beginning. So, and one of the things that I was listening to this week was talking about how in most of religions, it's the women that are kind of like oppressed, and like with the religions where it's the woman that has to cover because they don't want and I don't know if this is the only reason, they don't want the man to lust. I haven't studied. I know you probably have looked into it more than I have, but they don't want the man to lust. And it's like, why does she have to cover so he don't lust when he's the one that got the problem? And then I see so many women that I love that are pastors and ministers and powerful women that don't get the support like in the church. And the stories of the women in the Bible that are never talked about. You know, the daughters of Zelophehad, or just different women that we don't hear anything about. And I'm like,
tell us about the daughters on the spot.
You already know this, I know. You don't, you do. No, the daughters, their father, okay. So the God was, they were assigning the land to different families. And they were making the rule, and I can't remember the book it was in. I have to, go back because I don't read so much. But they were assigning the land, and if the father passed, then the land was passed on to his son. And so this particular father did not have any sons. He only had daughters. So the daughters went to the king and went before him and said, "Hey, our father don't have any sons, so we feel like we should be able to get this land." And so God was like, they're right. Yes, he changed it so the daughters of men can get the land if they didn't have any sons or if something happened to their father. And they, that was a big deal because women were not really recognized in that way to have leadership of our own land. And so I never even really heard this story. And then when the time that I heard about it, it was from a woman. It's like it's so many stories about women that are not being spoken about in sermons and cliches. And I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I'm like, wow, why is it that when we was in church, if the woman wasn't dressed right, they come and they cover her up because they don't want her to. Basically, they don't want no man to look at her and be looking at her and not listening to what's going on. If she got a low cut shirt, she inappropriate. Go tell. And I remember over the years how many times women have been chastised. Even to the point where if a female got pregnant in the church, she had to stand up before the church and apologize. We know who daddy was because he wasn't getting pointed out. And I know I got cousins that done got girls pregnant. And they ain't never seen none of them stand up before the church and have to say anything. But it was many girls in our church that had to stand up and apologize or, had to be embarrassed because of what she did. And I'm really, really getting tired of that. Because it's better now. It's better. But when we look at society, still it's so many situations with women that it's like, well, she needs to do this or she don't need. Think about the government. They want to ban abortion laws. They want to ban birth control. They want to ban and put women in danger to the point where women have been already dying because y'all don't want to save her life. I'm like, it's almost like we're looked at as, I don't know, like nothing almost, and we want to be married. But at the same time, even in marriage, it's like, do you promise to love, honor, and obey? Are you going to obey too? I mean, but I'm saying, it's just like, it's been so much. And I'm like,
when I think of that, love, honor, and obey, I think of this is why it's important when they say equally yoked. I don't think that that's a religious thing. I think that that's a spiritual thing. And I will use the example like a lot of people will say, oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce couldn't be with anybody else. So I think that that's my example of love, honor, and obey.
And that's the thing, because you and I don't have an issue with obey if he's spiritually aligned,
equally yoked,
and we are
because
equally
the Bible
yoked.
is speaking spiritually.
Yes,
and a lot of people, and I'm included in a lot of people. Okay, like some stuff, because we human, we want to twist it to make it work for us.
It's always been twisted to make it work for us, because you're supposed to do what I say. Yeah. You're supposed to do what I say. Or
so
when really that obey is just like really respecting you.
Yes.
It's really not doing what you say, because if we're aligned, we're gonna do what
we're gonna do what we say.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we say. We're gonna do what's best for us
and our family.
But we have so many, and this is not a man bashing session, but we have so many that
no, because okay.
This ain't it, because we love men.
I love y'all.
No, I'm also we love men. This is not a man bashing session, but when they don't have emotional intelligence, when they're not healed.
And this is why I believe that the covering comes in, because it's less temptation.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
But I'm gonna be outside, showing my legs.
So you're saying so the covering is especially if he honors his wife, for him not to be tempted. It's supposed to help him. So her covering.
Yeah, I'm not saying like it's required, but I'm saying, because just think about, biblically speaking, nowhere does it point out about, oh, and now we're going to sign the contract. That came later, you know what I'm saying, for profit.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah.
So there, remember in the Bible, they had several wives.
Mm-hmm.
So but even with that down, you know what I'm saying, you got a wife, you got a wife, you got a wife. But I feel like the covering, in my opinion, tames it maybe, if he's searching, because he who finds. So if he's searching, the covering tames it, for him to see more of who she is on the inside.
Yeah.
And he can connect easier, versus, because we all,
that makes sense. See, now
I don't know.
Thank you for explaining that
Bible,
to me.
But I know, like Catholic, like the 7 deadly sins. So lust is one. So if I leave out my house every day, I am trying to avoid those 7 deadly sins. Mm-hmm. And they look all different. Mm-hmm. Sloth, mm-hmm. Gluttony, mm-hmm. the wrath, mm-hmm. and lust, mm-hmm. and I can't remember the other 3. Mm-hmm. So that's how when I look at it from, a spiritual aspect, mm-hmm. versus just like, because he who finds a wife. And this is when I turn it into literal, because this is how my mind processes both ways, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's just like we're all brides. That's why they got 800,000, wives. That's why now it's in our generation, lifetime, whatever. I don't know how to call it, but that's why it'd be like, oh, they got X amount of baby daddies and stuff. It's the same thing. Mm. But because we have implemented contracts, it looks differently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Thank you for explaining the covering to me. I I knew that, but I believe that when I see what happens to women just today on the surface level, it kind of bothers me that um, we're treated like, we're very disposable when it comes to.
People treat you how you allow them to. So we as women need to come together at a sisterhood, and the time is now.
Mm-hmm.
The time is now. I don't want to make this all political, but remember when we talked about the presidential election on that
Mm-hmm.
episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I feel like it was a reason.
Oh yeah.
I think that that's the reason for our
Yeah.
women
To come
to
together.
come together,
Yeah.
to stand up, because when we heal ourselves, we heal our whole generation. That is what spiritual warfare is.
Mm-hmm.
It is healing your bloodlines.
Mm-hmm.
It is doing what those before you weren't able
To
to
do.
do
Yes. Yes. Yes.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's some now that are not able to do it because they don't realize the difference between called and chosen.
Yes. That's a big deal right there.
So once you realize that and understand it and do more studying, then it puts you in a position to break the curse. And it's not going to be easy because we're faced with those sins every day. And
every
in the
day.
Bible, it talks about long suffering. The long suffering has to do with that, we're going to be sinners. So things are going to happen, but I believe that that part is just getting through the warfare. Like when I think of, I'm going to use a story that everybody knows. When I think of Job,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it was a spiritual warfare. But when you go to war, it's always win or lose. But it's like, do you have your ego death
Mm-hmm.
and step out of yourself
Mm-hmm.
so you can live, and the other side of it is peace?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't recall the verse, I think it's in Galatians, but I'm pretty sure that everything surrounding long suffering is peaceful. I think long suffering might be the only war word in that
Mm-hmm.
verse.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look it up. So keep going, girl.
That long suffering is long, man, because when you start trying to get closer to God and you start realizing stuff and getting clarity on things and getting understanding and getting in alignment and recognizing.
I Googled long suffering and it says, sorry, because this is what I'll be doing.
Go ahead.
It says long suffering, often associated with patience and endurance, refers to the ability to bear suffering, hardship, or offenses, especially those caused by others,
Mm-hmm.
with patience and without quickly becoming revoked or resentful.
So let's go back to talking about chosen. A lot of times
Oh yeah,
when
it's
somebody has done something to you, how do you handle your long suffering?
it took me a long time to figure out how to handle my long suffering. Oh, it's Galatians 5, chapter 5, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control.
Yep. Yeah.
Those are the fruits.
Yeah.
So if we can have patience,
Yeah. And you know how hard it is to have all of that stuff you just named? How hard it is to be gentle, to have patience, to have self-control. Most people fail in self-control. You have no man.
when you mention, and especially since this is like relationships on a spiritual level, when you mentioned before the type of man you wanted was a disciplined man,
Mm-hmm.
what we're describing
It's
right
discipline.
now is to win the war. It's so many different things that you have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come out knowing how to fight.
Mm-mm.
You're taught how to fight. So you have to be a student.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to want to be a student because the teacher or a peer, but you got to want to be the student.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, then the teacher teaches you how to become disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as hard as you think, because we know discipline. Even though we may not always be disciplined,
Yeah.
we know it.
I believe that we know it, especially we've been, and I'm talking about me and you. Well, you done been disciplined in certain areas much longer than me. I'm learning how to be disciplined, but the more you be disciplined, you can accomplish those things, those fruits. You know, if you're disciplined in, because one of the main areas of discipline is lust, like you said.
So this is when
Yeah, like
it helps.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like, girl, I'm cute. So it's a reason why I'm not getting approached.
yeah.
It's a reason why I'm hidden. And it's more than, this is when, on earth as it is in heaven, as above, so below. That's when that comes into place, because I'm hiding myself spiritually
Mm-hmm.
and physically in the earth realm.
Yeah, yeah. Yep,
So
absolutely.
whoever find me, and I think you told me this, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I believe it. I get it. Now I accept and receive. But when he finds me, not whoever, that's when it comes in alignment.
It's gonna be in alignment. You will literally know. I mean, you're talking to somebody who has always gotten approached, always,
That's why I've always respected your opinion when it came to relationships, because if you recall, like, I typically go to my friends for everything, because I haven't had that elder. When I was younger, I did. My aunt was there. I don't know when it transitioned, and life just transitions.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have an elder to talk to. And I've had cousins that I was close to, but certain conversations we didn't have. And again, I don't know why. But I say that to say, you were the friend that I had admired, because I was just like, oh, this is my friend. Now that we looking back of 30 years, but this is the friend that I trust. She's married. So while I was in the situationship that changed my life, if you recall, you were the one that I was going to for advice on how to behave, because I had never had that before.
And you were open to receiving what I was saying to you.
When you are a student, the teacher will appear. I am trying to learn.
Well, and not that person was the one, but you remember when I taught me. Yeah, remember I told you, I said you gotta soften up.
Yes.
I'm thinking about
and
that
once
now.
I realized that and I began to soften up, that's why I say I have never had a relationship. Because once I realized that, Keisha, I began to soften up. And that's when I realized, oh, it ain't you.
You ain't it. Yeah.
Yeah. But because of the 7 deadly sins, and I'm not realizing that I'm in a spiritual warfare, I'm not really truly understanding what's going on, I stay longer than I should have.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of us do.
And then I would leave and would go back, and it would be repeating the cycle.
The same thing.
And when you're doing that, like, even if you are not producing an offspring, you're allowing those spirits of the person to enter your
to enter you. And I don't know why
just think about it. Sorry to cut you off, but we are mostly made of water. Women are womb. The baby is in the water. So I'm letting you shoot up the city.
Yep. Pow, pow, pow.
Right.
Yep. all the
Did
time.
you pow, pow,
I
pow?
said pow, pow, pow.
We
Yes.
coming on the close. So what was you about to say?
No, I was going to say, piggybacking off of what you said, us women, we don't realize how much power we have.
No.
And
let me
not
tell you
power
this.
over people.
I
your
struggle
own
with
power.
that
Mm-hmm.
because I was just like, power, because I'm so, okay, certain things I'm figurative. Other things I'm literal.
Yes.
So when you have that, when they talk about a double-sided mind,
Double-minded man, yes.
so you have to make sure you are connected to spirit, because spirit gives the instruction, so you will know, like, no, that ain't supposed to be on that side.
Mm-hmm.
That's this way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Girl, when I think back, like the power I feel within myself now, because a lot of God, everything you're supposed to have is already in you. You just don't use it.
Yeah, but you haven't been taught how to use it.
Yes.
Because we were oppressed. So we
Yes.
didn't have the proper skills.
Yes.
And just think about it. If our people didn't know how to read or write, the slave master is teaching the Bible to keep us oppressed, not to rise up. So when Kanye talked about that slavery comment, and we were all in the uproar,
and he was like, y'all could have just walked away.
And it's just like, sir, it's not that serious, but we right now are slaves to the system. And we not making an uproar. Instead, we scrolling.
Yeah. I saw this guy, and I know we come on close today. He said, if women, particularly Black women, stop purchasing in the beauty industry for 30 days, he was like, don't go to no beauty supply, don't buy no hair, don't. He was like, do you know what will happen? He gave examples of the first couple of days, this will happen. By this time, then the companies will be having big meetings like, why are sales down? It was like, we're the people that are the biggest
We're
consumers.
the people that are the biggest consumers.
But because we want to look good for social media and all that, we will never stop it. We'll never stop buying the bundles. We'll never stop buying the makeup. We'll never stop doing. But we really could control it if we all really stuck together like other cultures do.
Yes. If we knew our power as a whole, we could control so many things, because when we do that, we break the curse and we become stronger. Do you know, after, I can't recall, but it's so many years of DNA that is in your body. So just think of all of that as a source, powering you up. So if you break that and free them from the things that they went through, because that's the thing, the slavery, they loved us. That's why it was, I don't know if we can say this on the thing, but the rape. You see what I'm saying? So, but yet, even though they was raping us, wanting us, they teaching us from the Bible about God. So it's making us think that we not good enough.
Yeah, but
and because we not educated and we can't read and understand it on our own, we idolizing the Malcolm X voice, the, what do you say, blue,
blue-eyed,
so
yeah.
So it's, I don't know. It's tough out here. It's tough out here because you know what? I like materials.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So,
but I'm also getting to the point where I am more, because I'm more aware financially, because I'm making better decisions and choices for my future and my kids' future. I'm not going to, while I'm going to enjoy life, I'm going to make smart decisions that's going to benefit me and my people.
I just advise everybody to just take a pause and search within and try and connect, and really not just read the Bible, but study it and look at pay attention to just things that you see, like, where'd that come from? Why is that? And with the movies and stuff, because a lot of things they reveal to us and we
Right in your
don't
face.
even realize it. Like, mostly everything we need to know is in our faces, but we're not paying attention to it. And I'm going to reference my girl again, Beyonce. Like, I think it's like, she has several songs and she does several things, and like with her visuals, like when Jay-Z said the blueprint, they really are the blueprint.
And I think that's why they're hated so much.
They are.
And the people who don't like them don't really have a fully reason,
and they want to make it seem like the Beehive is witchcraft, but when you support someone who's supportive,
think about the fruits of the spirit we just talked about. Patience, kind,
she got it.
Gentle.
She
done suffered long with whatever their situation was that they went through.
And whatever she went through before, because I remember on Star Search, they didn't even win.
They didn't win, yeah. She done went through.
And she winning now.
And even though she winning financially, I really think she's winning.
She's winning as a whole.
Yeah, she's
that's winning, why I say I believe that she's winning. And everybody has problems. I remember seeing a TikTok and she was just asking them, like, tell me some rich people problems. And I will never forget the one guy said, trying to find a good watch repair person.
He said that?
Everybody in the comments was like, noted, figure out how to repair watches. And we got these skills. We just got to use them. And we need to make our Black Wall Street again. Look, I mean, that's something I've never read and studied.
No, I haven't either.
I might do that.
But I will say this. A lot of us are busy. But if you're not busy and are really accomplishing anything, then your busyness is in vain.
Yes.
But I think that I sit because I want to make sure that my business won't be in vain. So I'll start something like I started with the content creator, and then I stopped because I was like, are you been making this an idol? Like, I don't want, but now I understand. I'm clear. Like I said, when you chosen, you get clarity. I'm clear on what to do, how to do it, so now I'm clear and I'm like, okay, I want to be an example and I want to help other people. When he give it to me, I want to give it to them. Because I love the stuff too, but I am not going to let these people, I'm standing in my power from now on.
Me too, from now on. In my power. Because I have signed so many contracts that I am trying to break away from. And, a contract, a mortgage is a contract. Credit cards are contracts. Mm-hmm. It's more than just.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
As you see, we could have went on and on. But I'm grateful for this conversation because we let y'all in on our girl chat. We really don't be telling y'all what we gonna talk about.
We don't even know. I'm ready to end it too, so I can keep the girl chat going.
She like, let's finish talking. Hey, we want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are close to a certain number of subscribers, and we don't be pushing for that, but we would like for y'all to share with some other people and, tell us what y'all think in the comments. Let us know, because y'all be texting us. But you ain't got to text us. Put it in the comments.
I don't even get no text no more.
Your friends will put in the comments.
Period. Okay, y'all.
Hey, we will see y'all next week.